Hello friends! So my son has a new favourite toy, the light switch, which is kind of annoying because he just yells at me until I lift him up to switch them off. So I decided to build him a light switch board with 5 switches and 5 lights, and as always, as cheaply as possible. So I've got a 6x2 offcut of timber that was laying around in my dad's garden, and 5 light switches left over from the wiring I did in my house. And I've cut the plank down to the right sort of length for even spacing of the switches, and bored out some holes for the switch bodies. Because initially I was too lazy to get the router out, I use a technique called chain drilling to make the holes in the front. I know it looks messy, but they'll be hidden when finished, because the light switches will cover them. I then had to get my router out to trim out a void in the back for the wires and controller. On reflection, I should have put in more effort at the point and used a straight line, because it looks awful, all higgledy-piggledy, but the back isn't seen. Also, I was planning to use standard 12-volt RGB LEDs driven directly by the switches, so I didn't originally plan to use a microcontroller at all, but in my spares pile I only had these NeoPixel LEDs in, so I've had to fit an Arduino Nano and print these snazzy little diffusers on my 3D printer. There is an advantage with the NeoPixels in that I can program the colours to fade and whatnot, and I can also programming a timeout, so it's not permanently illuminated. So after cutting and sanding, I primed and painted the timber with satin spray. If you're wondering why it's dark in these shops, it's because it's British wintertime, so daylight is basically non-existent. It's fair to say at this point, wiring was a challenge. After my initial wiring, I had a few bugs to address, specifically a transient voltage issue, as although I was using the input pull-up resistors on the PCB, the input signals were floating so erratically, just the discharge to my fingers when I touched the primary insulation was enough to change the input state. So I added an additional 5-volt line to each input, so the switches are pulling the input fully high or fully low. Then I simply screwed down the switches to cover up the awful holes. And hey presto, a finished toy. To be honest, it is very satisfying to play with, and I enjoy watching the colours fade. At least I've got one happy customer. The boy seems to really enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I've put the code in the link. Thanks for watching. See me next time.